Hey ladies, welcome or welcome back to my channel. How you're doing? I hope you're having a great weekend so far. So of course I wanted to bring this topic and I wanted to talk about this. I have seen a lot of this video circulating around. I'm pretty sure you've probably heard a bunch of people talk about this already, but I just wanted to add in my little rant and I wanted to make sure I post on this, just my thoughts. Not much, but yeah. The main question is, why are black men so comfortable putting down black women? Whether it's to uplift their white friends, white girlfriends, or wives, right? They're so comfortable. They cannot say, I love my wife who is white without saying something bad about black women, right? If you ask a black guy, what do you like about your white girlfriend or your white wife? They will proceed to bash black women. I don't get it. I don't get it. Even not just white, Hispanic. They could have a Spanish girlfriend and they're telling, oh yeah, I love me some Hispanics. I love me some Hispanics. All these black women. You do not have to put us in it. It seems like you haven't healed from your trauma and you haven't unpacked all of this hurt. Whoever it is that hurt you, these black women that you encountered that hurt you, you haven't unpacked that. And you are taking it out on a whole community. Anyways, I started my rant early. So I'm going to let the stitches play and I'll give on more of my opinion at the end of the video. So let's get started.
Once upon a time, there were two black men. One named Telvin, the other one named Christian. Both known for praising their snow queens while putting down black women in the process. Both slain by said snow queens, one with a bullet, the other with a knife. And once again, social media is split as to how to respond. Rest in peace, or you brought this on yourself. Now look, I don't have a problem with black men dating white women. I really don't. It's 2025, love is love, and as far as I'm concerned, swirl it up. What I will never understand, though, is why some black men feel the need to put down the black woman in the process. When in fact, did you not come from a black woman? In the eternal words of Tupac Shakur, got your name from a woman and your game from a woman, so why do we take from our women? Probably some internalized self-hate that we don't have time to unpack today, church. But back to our story. One claims that it was an accident. The other claims that it was self-defense. Now, are they telling the truth? Likely not. And it almost seems like a poetic tragedy when the thing that you prize above all others ends up doing you in the end. When they realize that with some tears, a concocted story, and a prejudicial legal system, they could probably get rid of you and get away with it. Now, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this situation, and we'll talk later.
Hi guys, I'm sure by now we've all seen the story of Telvin Osborne. Very sad. Every time that someone is killed, it's always a very sad situation. But now, this guy has made some statements about black women in particular. He literally said this, Exhibit A. Let me show you. Telvin Osborne once said he would rather sleep with a dog than a black woman. How do you make statement? Nobody has a problem with interracial relationships. It's just your behavior, right? And now his family is saying they're disappointed in the black community. Why are they not here to help? Like, I'm not sure how you want that same black community to help after making statements like this. How about the white community that he loved so much? How about they come out to help him? And this case reminds me of this case. This case is the Christian Obumsel. I'm sure you guys remember this case where, he had a lot of things to say about, black women. And even though it was a very, very sad story, just because of his old tweets, people were offended. So nobody has a problem with your preference, but you just don't turn around and expect help and support from the same people that you kept on bashing. She's claiming that she was cleaning her gun at 5 a.m. How are you cleaning your gun at 5 a.m. in the morning? Like, I don't understand. Was this, you know what? You guys should just go read it up. Telvin Osborne. It's crazy.
Oh, let me guess, cause y'all black bitch know y'all ain't shit. sweet baby Jesus. Ah. Yeah, they don't want milk. They don't want milk. They don't want milk. I tried to grieve in peace. Motherfucker call me every 30 seconds. Hey, man, you see what this is about? I gotta tell these people, hey, man, y'all stay off Facebook, man.
Why is it so hard for y'all to not bash black women while liking white women? Liking white women is perfectly fine. Do you? But why do y'all always have to bash black women to do it? I don't understand. When they said that boy was his white wife unalived him, I was like, I'm gonna wait for the tweets. Because I knew they were coming. We all knew they were coming. We knew they was gonna find them. Because it's always that. It's always you all have to hate on black women to line yourself up with white women. I don't get it. Like, just like white women, love your white wife, love your white girlfriend, love your white baby mama, love whoever you want to. Just don't bash black women in the process. It's very simple. And now y'all want us to fight for justice for that nigga because he was unaligned by that white woman and she's using her white privilege and her proximity to law enforcement being her father? That sounds like a you problem. Talking about something you'd rather do a white dog. Oh my God. And like, we supposed to be so sad and upset and want justice for you. Oh, the black man that hate us. Oh. I'm so sorry. Rest in preferences.
Oh, and as unfortunate as the Telvin Osborne situation is, the reason we can't get our knees to work to take a stand is because even if you didn't know Telvin Osborne before this situation, the internet won't let you live down the disrespect. The internet's gonna expose exactly who you was when you stepped on the platform from day one. And every single day that man dedicated to putting us black women down and his family screaming justice. And unfortunately, the 92% will never be able to receive justice. Not even an apology. The fact you came from a black woman and that same white dog that you chose to have intercourses with over having relationships with black women. Again, the situation is very unfortunate. But to take every breathing day of life to diminish your own kind. Oh, brother. So sorry.
Saying that you would rather lay down with a dog than lay down with a black woman, and then that dog can only be a white dog, then to get put down like a dog by that white dog is just, that's what dreams is made of. That's the American dream. That's Picasso. That's chef's kiss, baby.
Hannah Cobb said it was an accident, so it must have been an accident. Because who am I to say that this submissive, soft-spoken, feminine, fit, and friendly white queen is lying? Who am I to say that? And who am I to donate my black dollars to anything dealing with Telvin? Maybe one of them white dogs that he referenced in his tweets want to donate some money, but not my black dollars. Make sure you remember that the stuff that you say in life will follow you in death, right? So don't think that you can just go around here saying whatever you want to, doing whatever you want to, and then when you pass away, we supposed to all of a sudden forget the crazy stuff that you was out here doing and saying, and we supposed to just forgive you. No, I like to treat people the same way I would have treated them if they were still alive, right? I like to give them the same energy. And for this, I'm going to keep my black dollars to myself. I'm going to keep my black support to myself. And whatever happens, happens because, like I said, it was an accident.
I see everybody doing think pieces about this Telvin Osborne situation. So here's my 2 cents as I eat breakfast.
Be nice.
I'm finding it.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So this is for women. And if you look like me, you can stay. Are y'all working with us? Because I see a trend. And if you are, I won't say nothing. It's not my business. I see a trend every time y'all and then we go check them tweets. Is it a coinkydink? Or are y'all, I won't say nothing though. I won't say nothing. Y'all ain't have to go that far. But hey, You got it.
So a black man told the world that he would rather have sex with a dog before he had sex with a black woman, and the dog also had to be white. And then his nice, soft, white wife unalived him. And then his family members are now mad at black women for not throwing a tantrum about his white wife unaliving him. But were y'all mad at him when he put out those disgusting tweets constantly bashing and trashing black women? Why are you mad at us? He didn't even like us. In fact, he hated us. You know, that reminds me, story time. So story time, a couple years ago, I was stationed somewhere, and one of the other guys I worked with, he was black, and he would constantly tell me that he don't date black girls. And I was just like, okay. And like, he'd be like, yeah, because black girls are so ghetto, and black girls are this, and black girls, they're loud, and just a whole bunch of stuff. And I just said, okay, like, I don't care. Like, I'm not trying to date you, so I don't care. So I'm just like, okay. At some point, he gets a girlfriend. She was white. And their relationship becomes so toxic. So toxic that it gets to the point where they're no longer allowed to be around each other. He has to move out of his apartment. Mind you, she doesn't even pay rent in this apartment. He ended up having to move out and live somewhere else for the time being, because they gave her like 30 days to move out or whatever. Mind you, she's not paying rent, so he's paying rent on an apartment that she is now living in. And then one day they had to exchange stuff, right? And the person that was on duty, me, has to go observe to make sure that it doesn't get violent and ghetto. So the closest place to where we worked that was like, public, because it had to be like a public setting, was Walmart. And I'm sitting in my vehicle. He pulls up in his vehicle. And then she pulls up next to his car. So I'm in my vehicle, like observing, trying to make sure, nothing happens. So all they had to do is exchange stuff. Next thing you know, they're hooping and hollering and screaming, and he's trying to pull off, and she's on the door, swinging on the door, like trying to rip his door off like she's the fucking Hulk. Okay? And it's getting so loud and ghetto and ratchet in the Walmart parking lot, the cops get called. I've never had the cops get called on me in a Walmart parking lot for arguing with my boyfriend. Oh, and did I mention she had 2 baby daddies? So we get to work, and I said, tell me again why it is that you don't like black women.
Telvin Osborne's family coming online and doubling down on his negative rhetoric about black women is absolutely diabolical. Now, on one end, I'm thinking about them, the mentality of him, so I'm thinking about the mentality of them. So they may feel like it is weak to concede, to acknowledge that the things that he was saying was inappropriate, it was wrong. And instead of them apologizing to the community, right, apologizing to black women and just saying, hey, his views don't reflect that of the family. He's lost his life. I want to send my condolences or my apologies, right, for the things that he said. But we really need you guys right now to get justice for him. Do it for me. I'm a black woman. I'm his mother. I'm his sister. Instead of doing that, this is what they're doing. And again, maybe because they don't want to seem weak. And again, this wouldn't make them weak. But I'm just thinking of somebody with a mentality like them. They want to double down by trying to prove, like, we don't care what y'all saying. We don't care. Yeah, he said, ooh. Not understanding that makes you guys look even worse. You're adding more fuel to the fire. So one of his family members took to their social media page and said, "This is why I've been staying off of here. Y'all sorry summer bleep. Got so much to say. Damn right my brother ain't want no begging ass black bleep. Just like y'all bleep. Barely want the pro broke ass bleep you laying next to." In addition to that, his brother or another family member took to his social media page and made this video.
I say it again. Damn right my cousin said he a white dog before he one of you black miserable. That was terrible. Had your duckers in a row, he probably would with you. Ain't about time you drumify. Look, this is exactly what he was talking about. This better yet, y'all showed the prime example why he said he'll do what he do.
So I've spoken about this in my previous video. I've mentioned how black men want the same power that white men have in the world, honestly. Um, when they see that white men are respected, white men are feared, white men, have certain type of power, certain positions, they aspire to have those things. And when they go out into the world and they don't get the same respect that white men get, they don't get the same opportunities that white men get, they get angry and they come into the black community, they make black women pay, whether it's emotionally, physically, mentally, they abuse black women. And let's say they're in a community where, something happened, whatever trauma that they had as a child, even though they have, they are dark skinned, meaning that their mothers are dark skinned, their cousins, sisters are dark skinned, they choose to take the whole group, the whole culture, and they bash it and they uplift their white girlfriends when they go into a different culture. When you see Hispanics, you see other races, they'll tell you, "Oh, I love me, some Spanish, I love me a white girl." But black women, they always have to add that extra in. They have to bash black women in order to feel as though they are uplifting that partner. And it just just doesn't make sense to me. Why do you need to do that? Can you list the things that you enjoy about your partner without bashing black women, without mentioning black women once? It's extremely hard. They're not able to do it. None of this is surprising. None of this is alarming because we are aware of the nature of black men in our community. So you are telling me, as his mother, as his cousin, as his sister, none of you thought it was okay to hop on camera and say, "You know what, I understand what so and so family member did. We do apologize to the black community. We did our part, but due to this person's own internalized, hatred and, for the community, for themselves, etc., they acted this way, they said this. But while we are grieving, we do need help. This is what we need." Da, 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 da. I'm not saying anybody would help them. I'm not saying anyone should help them. But this would have been greatly appreciated in the community. But a lot of women, they uphold the patriarchy, they uphold the bullshit that men does in our community. Because if you are not a boy mom, you are not a pick me, a people pleaser, that male attention, male validation didn't matter to you that much. Even if that person is your family member, you would stand on business and you would say, "You know what? I'm well aware of what this person is have done. It's none of my responsibility to take, but this is what I would like to say to the community," so on and so forth. You guys always encouraging people to have children. I know I'm straying away from the conversation, but you guys are always encouraging people to have children. When you have children, there's so much more that comes with having a child, meaning that you're going to have to apologize to people for that child if they do some dumb shit. But you guys always stop at, "Oh yeah, you should have a kid. When are you going to have a kid?" You always stop there. Yeah, anyways, I feel like I'm all over the place, but I wanted to add that in. So when Black men go out to the Philippines, Colombia, Dominican Republic, they go out with the mentality of I need to be served, I need to get the respect that I missed out on in the, black community. And so they might even treat their white partners horribly, the same way they treat black women. And I've seen it all up down on TikTok how these black men are treating these other races, not just white women. So it's like you go out to the world, you show the world who you truly are. You show the world what we are truly going through with you in the community. So the fact that the brother doubled down on that man's tweet and said, well, now I see why he said that. Expecting sympathy. It's the same thing as these white women who will be hopping on lives and saying, well, black women, what can I do? We need you right now, so on and so forth. And it's like, we already did our part. We already told you, you still made this decision and you're paying for it. This was your choice. You having your preference is totally fine, but there's no need to bash black women. And now that black women are now really saying we are standing on business, when we care, you can feel that we give a damn. You can feel it. We show it to you, not just with our words, but we show it with our action. And when we tell you we no longer give a fuck, you're going to feel that shit as well. Clock it. So feeling as though black women owe you something after you've made those type of disgusting, horrific statements is more than entitlement. You have strayed away too much from your blackness. Now you have caucasity, not audacity. You think because you have a white girlfriend, you are not Caucasian. You have a lot of caucasity to think that black women are going to be rallying behind your brother. Anyways, that's my little rant. I feel good. This was nice. Anyways, guys, when you like, subscribe, share, and comment, you definitely help support me and my channel. So please go down in the comments, share your thoughts on this. If this is the gazillion time of seeing someone giving their opinion on this, let me know. If this is your first time, let me know your thoughts. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.